Welcome to short video content creation course. In this series of videos, we are going to cover main terminology you need to understand for video recording and video editing. We are talking about basics of video recording in the next of the few videos, so that you get understanding of how basically video production happens. I will start with a little bit far from actually the day the video film has been created and they started recording movies. In this way it will be easier for you to understand some terminologies. And we start with understanding of what is video frames and frame rates. If we take 5 images that has different slide changes, like one image has the hand like this, another has the hand like this, another has the hand like this, and then back, just 5 images like this, and we will turn them around again and again and again, so they will be repeating this movement. Is going to be waving over hand like this. Because the pictures are moving one after another, it is called moving pictures, and that is how you know what is a movie. It comes from this. But those pictures that are moving inside this timeline are called actually frames. So from now on, we're not going to say images or pictures, we will say frames, because when it's related to a video, a sequence of images, it is called frames. Why it is important to know? Because video editing and recording requires from you understanding of what is frame rate, the number of frames your video has per second. The more frames there is in a video per second, the larger is the file. So you might record a video that is 20 minutes and you are unable to send it via WhatsApp, let's say, because it's gonna be 1 gigabyte. The reason for this is because each second of this 20-minute video, it has a specific number of frames, or as you remember, images. So it makes a huge file size that sometimes you cannot share. For example, if video is recorded in 60 frames per second, it means that in 20 minutes video is going to be 72,000 frames, 72,000 of images, 72,000 of pictures. That is why the file is huge. This is how you calculate it. It's 20 minutes multiplied by 60 seconds and multiplied by the number of frames in a second. So let's say if it is 60 frames per second, it's going to be 60. As a result, we have 72,000 frames. What if we take the video with recorded in 30 frames per second? Then it's going to be cut by half the size of this file. It's going to be cut by half. So we calculate 20 minutes by 60 seconds by 30 frames per second. So it turns to be 36,000 frames. So this file is going to be twice smaller, so smaller half than the previous one. So you need to understand how many frames do your video require, because there is a reason why some videos require 60 frames per second and some videos require just 12 frames per second. If you don't understand the frame rate, then you will run into a problem of no space on your drive or your memory is out. Especially if you are recording with your phone, you need to understand this thing. Or if you need to record a certain video, certain type of video, and you record it with a wrong frame rate, you might run into a trouble in the stage of editing. So as you understood, the number of frames shown in a second is called frame rate, and we say 30 frames per second, or we say 30 FPS. FPS means frames per second. Here is how are some video types are recorded. 12 frames per second are used sometimes for simple animation. TV, movies and broadcasting require 24 frames per second or 25 frames per second. Usually movies that you are watching on TV, they are 25 frames per second. And then we have different like soap opera or TV shows where you see that the picture is a little bit different It's like you are losing this magic of the movie. This is because they are recorded in 30 frames per second, and also same frame rate is used for TV news. If someone wants to record a running athlete, he most probably will record this athlete in 60 frames per second, because he needs to have a lot of details of each movement, because it's very fast. Same goes to recording animals. Also is very often used 60 frames per second. And if you have seen videos where there is a filled-in balloon is crashing in the air and it's moving like really slowly, this recording is done 120 frames per second. So each second has 120 shots, and that is why if you will distribute it along some period of time, it will give you a picture of something moving slowly. The less frame rate, the more blurriness you have between two frames changing. That is why when they are shooting movies, they are doing it 25 frames per second, so that there is no this crispy image that you have in soap operas or TV shows. It gives you more vibe, it gives you more motion. And of course, cartoons are recorded also in this speed. In the shorts content creation course, we do not need to use all frame rates. We are recording portrait videos, so we only need 24 frames per second or 25 frames per second. Sometimes your phones by default are set up to 30 frames per second, but that's not necessary. It will make your file larger. So if you will be working with your videos, you can decide if you want to have 30 frames per second or 25, but just you need to know that it impacts the frame size. But it's not a huge difference between visual. And that is all you need to know for talking videos and the frame rates. In the next video, we will talk about video resolution.